Hi. So recently I got into the DIY shit and I found out about anarcho stencilism. Through their cool stencils, I made a battle jacket which is still in progress and an arcade t-shirt. I also recently got into this Mexican power violence band called Hong Kong Fuck You, and I'm gonna make a shirt of that band using stencils by anarcho stencilism. Yeah. So the first step in making the stencil is to trace the design. It's actually recommended to use something durable like thick sheet of film or anything thick and waterproof so that the stencil will be long lasting. But I don't have that, so I'm just gonna be using a regular paper that's like 250 GSM. It kinda gets the job done, but not really because it's waterproof and it's gonna bite me in the ass later. But it is what it is. And then the next step will be to cut it out by using a blade, and it's very important that you stay very patient. You take your time during this process because if you're like me and you're using this type of paper, you're gonna rip or like bend. The paper is gonna do shit that you don't want it to do if you rush it. So don't do that, because I did, and I ended up destroying a small part of it. Yep. Okay, so this is how it looks like after cutting it out. It's not really that clean, but I don't know. You can see the leg part is gone now. Why am I moving the hand like that? What the? Something terrible happened to me the next day. I got diarrhea. I shit liquid and I vomited. But it's not that deep, I'm okay now, it is what it is. So now we're gonna go ahead and paint the shit, I'm gonna be using acrylic paint and a crusty piece of paintbrush that just fell over like a fucking dumbass. I don't have fabric paint, so I'm just gonna be using this. And then the next step is when we paint the thing. What I would like to do, and actually the recommended way to do this, is to dab the brush like like what I'm doing. I'm not spreading it around. This way it reduces the chance of paint bleeding or whatever the fuck it's called, right? So we don't want that, so we just dab it on just like that. It is way more effective. Anyway, I didn't actually follow this advice because I ended up like spreading it anyway because I was too impatient, I was too lazy, and it did bleed. So yeah, exactly. Right, this is the moment of truth. I'm gonna take all the bullshit out of my stencil now. Right, so this is the point where it's a make or break, however the saying goes. Let's see if I fucked up or if I didn't. Hopefully it's the latter, because shit. Alright, I cannot do this. It's very recommended that you take the stencil off very slowly, because first you're gonna rip the stencil off. It's gonna rip. It's gonna rip. That's what I just said. And other thing is that if you're using a paper like me, the stencil paper is gonna rip, and it's also gonna like stay on the fucking design. Like what is happening here, you can't see it. Okay, actually you can. I just removed one. So this is how it looks like after taking it off. It's a bit messy, but it's not that bad. Anyway, okay, stop zooming in. I'm gonna like add the design to the long sleeve, like how band t-shirts do with their long sleeve shirts, and also on the back. So yeah, I'm not gonna record that. Well, as the President of the United States, it is very important that after you are done with the designs and all of the stencils, you're gonna go ahead and iron them. And how do I usually go about this? Hold on. It's basically you get a piece of paper or a film or anything that's thin and transparent. Like for me here, oh wait, that's wrong accent. Like for me here, I got a piece of mahjong paper. I don't know if that's what it's called in English, but it's mahjong paper. I got this. Put this on top of the design, and I'm gonna go ahead and iron them. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and iron them, and it's gonna stick It's gonna stick with the fabric, you know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I just started to say some bullshit here. So basically, when you're ironing it, make sure you're like pressing down on where the like design is. That way it will really make it stick to the fabric. Now after you're done, you're gonna go ahead and slowly, well, actually just do it as fast as you want. It doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, it's more it's sticked in with the thing now. With the thing, y'all. That's my feet. I should stop showing my feet, y'all. Okay, anyway, here's the finished result. You can see I put it on the sleeve there. It looks really fucking cool. That's the Chinese stacks, and then that's the non-Chinese stacks. Yeah, I can see that. You don't have to fucking point it out, you know. And then I put it on the back of the shirt, and I actually really like how, you know, it all came to be. I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah, see, I'm giving a thumbs up.